Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Fan Frenzy Podcast. I'm your host, Chris Borgia. Alongside me, co-host Gabe Lade and Jake Holtzauer and Ben Lotman. Today we had a long episode, but a good one, and how we usually do it. To start us off with some news, we had a lot of NFL trades.
Yes, so many.
In recent,
So
guys.
many.
Are we recording the audio?
This is the recording audio.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
No.
we're good.
Wow.
Do you just want to restart this?
No, that's funny. Keep it in.
All right. Moving in, so as of today, we had Mike Williams traded to Pittsburgh for a 5th-round pick, Marshawn Lattimore, and a 5th to the Commanders for a 3rd-round pick, a 4th-round pick, and a 6th. Jonathan Mingo and a 7th-round pick to Dallas for a 4th. Khalil Herbert to the Bengals for a 7th. Zadarius Smith and a 7th to Detroit for a 5th and a 6th. Baron Browning to the Cardinals for a 6th-round pick. This next trade might have been the cheapest one I've ever seen in my life, which was Tre'Davious White and a 7th-round pick going to the Ravens for their 7th. Preston Smith to the Steelers for a 7th-round pick. And the only other thing I wanted to touch base on while we were on break, Jonathan Cooper signed a 4-year deal worth $60 million.
Wait, so that Tre'Davious White deal, they downgraded the pick to get rid of his contract?
Yes. And he was only there for less than a year.
What's his contract?
Well-
I need to look at his contract.
Well, the thing was, he was coming off an ACL injury.
He's
no,
terrible
but
this
he
year.
got
He's terrible this year.
he got released, and then they picked him up.
Yeah, exactly. But the reason he's just been not the same since his ACL.
Oh my God, yeah, because he's on a 4-year, $10 million contract.
Okay, yeah, I guess that's.
Yeah.
Oh wait, but I don't understand this because now he's on the last year of his deal with the Rams. Then why did they the Ravens are a better team. So why are they're gonna get a worse pick?
That aside, some other news I have. Gabe's gonna love this one.
Okay.
Brandon Moreno won over Amir Albazi in the decision.
Good fight. The fighters got to stop pointing to the middle of the octagon. It was cool when Max Holloway did it. I don't know if you saw that, but you got to stop doing that every fight. You're not Max Holloway. And Brandon Moreno, I think it was Albazi that did that, but I mean Moreno's a dog. We both know that.
Mm-hmm.
And Albazi's pretty solid too.
Moreno,
But like they're not fighting for the BMF title.
it's true.
All right, I'll let you continue.
So the last 3 things that I have for news, I actually seen this today, and I thought I'd touch base on it just because of how unfortunate it is. There is a defender. He was playing a soccer match in Peru. His name was Hugo de la Cruz, and he was killed from a lightning strike mid-game, and 7 other players were also injured. So
I did just hear about that. Yeah.
That's crazy because don't they have lightning rods at the stadiums for that exact reason?
that's what I thought, but I don't know.
I mean, where is
Well,
he
it depends
playing? He's
where it
playing in
is.
Peru.
It's in
Yeah.
Peru.
Yeah.
So hopefully, the injured guys get better, and it sucks though, man, especially mid-game. So hopefully his family is doing somewhat better after the unfortunate news. But in other news, so these next 2 things are a bit controversial, and I wanted everybody's opinion on both of them. So the first one is Michael Thomas talking about Derek Carr. He had some words to say, and I want to know: are we team Derek Carr or team Michael Thomas? I'm team Derek Carr.
I'm team. I mean, I think Michael Thomas might have some Antonio Brown stuff going on.
Michael
Just
Thomas
nice.
also didn't play for the past 3
That's
years
fair.
because
Yeah.
of like a toe injury.
Where is Michael Thomas right now?
Free agent, he's
Oh, he's a
bro.
free agent? Okay, I was gonna say yeah. Like I don't.
To
know
put it
Thomas.
to you this way, if you're a free agent and you want to talk bad on him because they lost the game, which fired Dennis Allen, you're not even playing, so just shut your mouth at that point.
Yeah, I don't really get it. I think
What makes it worse for him is during the press conference when Derek Carr was asked about it, they said, "What are your thoughts on this?" He said, "I don't know why he hates me. I never did anything to him." Like, it sounded like he was broken inside. He was like, I reached out to him personally, too, to see, like, what the problem was. He just wouldn't answer.
yeah.
So, like, shout out my guy, Derek Carr. He didn't do that.
Yeah, I think some guys are copying Antonio Brown because he's like
They're copying.
More popular now.
Everybody wants to
Michael
copy.
Thomas is mad
Yo.
that he stinks,
Shout out.
so they kicked him off the team and are riding out with Rashid Shaheed and Chris Olave.
He's just trying to get on CTE ESPN. Like,
Yeah,
it's-
another thing that Chris, another form of news is that Dennis Allen got fired. For the Saints, obviously they imploded. They started out 2-0, which is crazy. Everybody thought they were
40
gonna.
points in both
They
games.
thought everybody thought they were gonna be a lock for the playoffs, and they lost 7 in a row. Now, unfortunately, Derek Carr was hurt. But shout out to Kalen Saunders. Do you guys know who that is?
Yeah.
It sounds familiar.
He is one of the defensive tackles, and he went to Twitter, which was another one of the Twitter things that happened with the Saints.
I heard about this.
And he said, he first said, fans keep losing so we can get a number 1 pick. Hell, throw me in at QB so we can have someone fun to watch. Which is
That was a
honestly,
good tweet.
he should go.
That was
and
a
then
good tweet.
another thing he said was, if this was college football, this would have been the Cotton Doo-Doo Bowl game. And we lost the Cotton Doo-Doo Bowl game because they lost to the Panthers. So the Saints suck.
Yeah.
But what's interesting is that the top 7 picks in the NFL, if the season were to end today, are all tied at 2-7.
Yeah, it's been such a weird season for the NFL as a whole because I feel like
Sam Darnold has been one of the best quarterbacks.
And
in the
the
league.
Chiefs are still undefeated.
I thought they were going to lose last night.
I
honestly.
thought.
That might be
Well,
one
you
of
didn't
the
vote for
weirdest
that. I voted
storylines.
for that. I was
I
the only one on the island.
I feel like the Chiefs
I know you
could
did,
go
but-
undefeated in the regular season.
Did you see
Even though
their
they're not that
schedule?
good.
The
Their
only
schedule is
the only
easy.
team that I think that can beat them. There's 2 that I think that can beat them. Not the Steelers. I think the Bills have a chance, and I think the Broncos have a chance.
Well, we'll
Here's the
save
thing.
that for later.
Here's the thing, though. They play in such a weak division
yes.
that they always get all these. I mean, no win in the NFL is free, but for, my purposes, they're free wins.
Mhm.
And it's just like, so their record's always
Well,
inflated. They always
Broncos have
get the
been
win.
good this year.
Surprisingly, yeah.
Yeah, but the
The
Broncos.
Chargers
still
haven't
good,
been bad either.
I don't know. I think those 2 teams are just like, eh.
The Raiders are free win. But
Yeah.
The Chargers and Broncos haven't been too bad. Last piece of news, and then we'll get into our full-on show. I'm also going to take everybody's opinion on this. Embiid was suspended for 3 games after defending his dead brother
That's crazy.
and his son because he shoved a reporter for disrespecting them, both of them. My thing is, too, especially that they decided to, well, first off, suspending him in the first place is unbelievable, and suspending him to when he's healthy, meaning that it's probably going to start Wednesday, is even more unbelievable.
Well, can I get context of why he pushed them? Because I know you said it was all about that, but what did the reporter
He
say?
basically stated that because Embiid isn't playing enough and disrespecting their legacies.
Okay, that's crazy. But at the same time, he needs to play more.
Yeah, there was a quote in the article. It was something along the lines of, MB talks a lot about his son, who he named after his brother who passed away. I don't know how many years back. And the article was talking about
when
this.
he was younger.
Yeah,
Okay.
when he was younger.
WMB for that.
And he's like, well, clearly he doesn't use this as a meaning to play harder or try harder to get back on the court as he continues to sit out games. Completely, you guys are all 3 aspiring media professionals, right? That's just, there are certain things that you do to create a headline, and that is just completely uncalled for and out of pocket.
You don't bring up family.
You don't bring up family, and I don't think. Yes, the NBA has to protect its media, right? And you can't allow a player to push somebody. But if there's ever a time that a player should be able to push or physically, not harm, but do something to a media member, it is this time that Joel Embiid should be able to get it.
And the thing is, there's been media members that have come out in defense of Joel Embiid. If this was the media saying, "Hey,"
there's been media that said before that Marcus
Where
Hayes
did
tries
this happen
stuff.
as well? Did this happen on court? Did it happen
No,
on
this was
the
in the
road?
locker
in the
room.
locker room.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So there's no reason that media member, because we're all, most of us are media members and have experience with this, if not all of us. And I mean, there's just some things you don't say, and you never get into anyone's
Yeah, that's the
personal
point that we're
business.
throwing to Marcus Hayes, is to just shut him out.
and like
Once again.
these athletes are people. Like they have
Yeah.
emotions. They're
Yeah,
not robots. It's like
Just because he's not playing and you got nothing to talk about right now besides the horrible Paul George debut that happened last night doesn't mean that you got to start
That's a good
stuff and
game,
try
though.
and
I
get
enjoyed that
stuff
much.
going. Well, we'll talk about that soon.
I don't know if you're done with your news segment, but
I am done with
Okay,
my-
I have like 2 short pieces of news to give.
Throw.
So the first one, real quick. I don't know if you saw this, Chris. Bilal Muhammad had to pull out of his title fight at 310, unfortunately.
I did see that. That's funny.
He has some infection in his foot. It's disgusting, and I am a Bilal Muhammad hater, but I mean, there's nothing you can do
What?
about
They
that.
said the replacement came out.
So, did it? I don't think it did yet. So either Shavkat's going to get an interim title shot, which I think is less likely, to be honest. I think they might be looking at Alex Bejeda versus Tom Aspinall if John Jones and Stipe were to both retire after this fight, which is expected. Yeah, either way, I think the UFC is going to figure out like they always do. Unfortunate for Shavkat, I was rooting for him in that title shot, but hopefully he'll either get the interim title shot, or he'll be back in that octagon soon against Bilal.
You know, there were 2 other fights that got announced. Joaquin Buckley and
I
Ian
did
Gary.
see that. Ian Gary versus
And,
Joaquin Buckley is going to be...
the one that just got announced, I believe yesterday, was Islam Makhachev and Arman.
Yeah, so that got leaked through Islam's
That's a good one.
Islam's gym posted a fight poster for Islam versus Arman. We knew that was the fight
I'll
to
take
be.
Arman in
And that's going to be the first card of next year, I believe, in 311.
I'll take
which
Arman.
I'm taking Islam. He's unbeatable.
Have fun with that. What news did you have? Or did you have another thing?
I had 2 more quick stories. First one, Temple basketball started 1-0. We look pretty solid.
Yeah,
I was at the game last night.
on the men's side of things.
On the men's side of things. The women's side of things looked a little iffy, and then the horn, I don't know if you were there for the women's game, the horn just did not stop blaring for like 5 minutes.
I wasn't able to stay for the women's game. I caught a few minutes of it on mute, which maybe...
I was filming both teams.
The women's game was so painful because they had such a bad first half. The second half is what I think the team is going to be like.
Yes.
But also...
There was too many turnovers.
I forget what her name is. Let me pull up this one... I have to.
While you do that,
yeah. While you're pulling up that name, I was looking at the National Player of the Year odds just to see if a certain somebody from Temple men's basketball is on that list. I did not find somebody from Temple men's basketball, but I found a former Temple men's basketball legend.
This girl was disgusting.
Guys, Caleb Battle is plus 300 or plus 3,500 to win Men's Player of the Year. He starts for Gonzaga now, wearing number 99.
He went to
Gonzaga.
Gonzaga got cooked last night, by the way.
That's my guy.
Yeah, they blew out Baylor by like 40. Yeah. It was insane.
Wait, if you didn't know, by the way, Jake's new favorite college basketball team is Grambling State.
I know.
You're a big Grambling State guy. Okay, I like that.
It was funny because they beat like 2 like.
They only scored 1 point in the second half.
I meant the other.
Tell me, Jake. Okay, so Anissa Rivera. I don't talk crap. I don't want to talk crap on any of the players, but like, what does she add to the team? I feel like every time she touched the ball or was defending somebody, they either scored or she missed the shot.
She knew.
Yeah, she is new. I don't know. And Ben, were you watching the game?
I watched the whole game.
Did you see the final possession where there was a wide open 3 to tie the game, and she just decided to step up and then like not take the shot?
Yeah. Also, you know what was? I mean, Tristan Taylor looked scared to shoot the ball, which was...
Okay, so the thing about Temple Owls women's basketball, which I don't want to get into right now because there's so much.
We got a lot
but there's a lot of there are a lot of people that left. It's a very young team, and Tiara East is now the number 1 option, but she didn't look like she wanted to be number 1 option.
The first half. The second half, she did good. The second, and also Richmond had one of the best shooting performances from this one girl.
I was looking at the shooting splits from Richmond because I saw that they were down by like 12 or so at the end of the first half or something like that, and they were shooting like
they shot
50% from 3.
This one girl shot 4 for 5 from 3, 9 for 11 from the field, 10 for 10 from the free throw.
32 points.
How the game goes.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Well, Richmond's also a good team.
I trust in Coach Rich.
Yeah, I'm glad. But last point on this, Temple women's have a very tough out of conference schedule, which I think is going to benefit them a lot. This team, Richmond played Duke close in the NCAA tournament last year, so
exactly.
What news did you have?
Some MLB news. The very first move of the offseason.
I know you're bringing up.
I know what's
I think we might have touched base on this last episode. I forget. Jorge Soler
did not.
Got traded to the Angels for Griffin Canning. Like a mid-burger trade.
Congrats. The Angels make another stupid trade.
Well, the Braves also traded for Soler halfway through the season and then traded him again, even though he saved
his contract is horrible. What? Okay. Can I give an opinion on this?
Go for it.
Okay.
Quick.
Mike Trout should be your DH. Why are you trading for a DH?
This is true.
The Angels are so stupid.
2 more things. The big re-signing. There's 2 big re-signings. Michael Wacha to the Royals. 3-year, $51 million contract.
Good contract.
And then, I'm wearing his jersey, baby. Garrett Cole is back. He signed another 4 years.
It was just the same contract that he had.
Basically the exact same contract.
144?
Yeah, something like that. So, he's back. Yankees offered Soto the qualifying offer. He's going to decline, which means if he signs with another team, we get a draft pick. Gabe, you What happened with Juan Soto going to the Mets?
Listen,
Hold on, we're not at that yet.
Yeah,
Hold
we'll
on, save it. Moving into our first segment, we have Players of the Week. I'll start because mine's nice and short. It was my boy's birthday yesterday. Shout out Tyrese Maxey. You were my Player of the Week.
These guys.
Tough game.
Bro, he's going to die
But
on court. He's
all I'm going to say
averaging
is,
41 minutes a game.
all I'm going to say is, after watching that game and Paul George's debut, first off, Paul George, you started off horribly. He shot 0 for 6. I'll give him 2 shots that went in and out, rimmed in and out. That aside, though, Paul George shouldn't have been the guy on the final possession of the ball, especially with Maxey at 31.
Paul George didn't know the score.
Maxey had,
he said he didn't
Maxey
know the
had
score.
31 points at the time, and it was his birthday. Let him get the final shot, and he probably would have cashed it too.
Listen, Jake,
So,
these guys.
Listen, he's the only guy who's really balling out on the team. Besides, I will give credit to Yabusele, who's been cooking. So,
These guys want
Maxey's
to use
not.
any excuse possible to bring up their guys. You hear this?
Okay,
like,
so-
it's his birthday.
Here's the thing. I haven't done a homer pick
I used him.
Okay.
I used him because he's just that good.
Okay,
Alright.
Gabe, I feel like I'm justified in using a homer pick this week.
Go for it. use
Saquon
it.
Barkley
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
had
that's
probably
He's not a Giant no more.
one of the top 5 craziest plays
I do have
I've
some
ever
messages
seen
on
in
that.
sports. Bro jumped
Break it
back.
down.
Bro
No, break it down
okay,
before
gets
he
the ball.
got to it.
gets the ball, runs it to the outside, does a spin move, breaks 2 guys, and then he's backwards, jumps backwards over a human
Hurdle.
being, a man, an NFL player.
Hurdled him backwards.
I don't. How do you even do that? I don't know how you have the wherewithal to know there's a man behind you, the athleticism to jump over a human being. It was just the craziest play I've ever seen. It's
All I'm gonna say about that is that yes, it was one of the most athletic plays I've ever seen in any sport ever.
Let me guess, he's going to bring up Odell Beckham Jr.'s one-handed catch.
Better.
Now, what I'm
Yeah,
gonna
it was
bring
better.
up is that Gabe. I think you might also agree with me. I think next week he's gonna purposely try to do it again,
No.
show off, and then potentially break his leg.
I think it's a
So-
one-time thing.
That is
He
definitely
did
hurt.
hurt.
If he's doing it again, he's pushing
The
it
thing
with
is-
the injuries.
right,
I'm not gonna
the
lie.
thing
I don't
is,
wish
he-
injuries on him,
He
but
hurt
like,
himself on
I
that
hope for his own
play.
health.
He's listed as questionable going into the next
He
week.
hurt himself on
That'd be
that
good.
play.
Yeah.
There you go.
But-
I mean, that's a dangerous move to make. When
Yeah,
your back is turned to
but-
the defense.
Oh,
Yeah, I will never see it again from anybody.
Yeah.
But
There's your Homer.
I
picks
will
of
say
the
the
week.
last thing I want to add is Saquon Barkley is probably 3rd in the MVP standings right now. I'd say
He's
Lamar's
going to win
1,
Offensive Player of the Year.
Lamar's 1, Derrick Henry 2, Saquon 3. I think Saquon and Derrick Henry are in the race for Offensive
I
Player of the
think
Year.
Henry might win.
But I just don't think if Lamar's
I wonder
MVP,
why you're saying that.
if Lamar's
He's better.
MVP, like Derrick Henry can't win Offensive Player. You can't have this 2 players on the same team.
I don't know. I don't know how they do it.
Plus,
MVP's a quarterback.
I will say I think Derrick Henry's stats are going to go down because for those of you that don't remember, you probably don't remember this guy, Keaton Mitchell. Last season, at the end of last season, he was disgusting. Tore his ACL, is coming back.
True.
either
Well,
this
that's also
week or next
because
week.
who was the running back last year? Was it Mark Ingram or J.K. Dobbins?
No, they had JK. They had like a running back by
Yeah,
tandem.
well, yeah, Keaton
It was
Mitchell
Justice
was in
Hill.
there.
Justice Hill was
Yeah,
there.
well, Keaton Mitchell, he
Keaton
came
Mitchell
in
was
like randomly because everybody else got hurt.
Yeah, but he was
Um,
really, really athletic. So I think they're going to get him some carries. But
Maybe.
Player of the Week.
Jake, you can take it away.
All right. My player of the week is probably the weirdest player of the week I've ever had. But this is just so funny because he leads. I want you guys to guess. I don't know if I sent you the Instagram post or not, but Alec Burks, the former New York
What?
Nick.
wait.
don't
Don't
know
look him
why.
up yet. Don't look him up
Okay,
yet.
well,
Guess
I don't
what
know.
category he's leading in the NBA right now.
True shooting.
Okay,
I really like that one. I'm gonna go field goal percentage on the same topic.
Chris, what do you think he's leading in a pretty good category?
Steals.
3-point percentage.
Wow.
Alec Burks is the most efficient 3-point shooter in the league right now with the Miami Heat.
I
Can you
kind
believe
of-
that?
I kind of can believe that. Strange enough.
Of course,
I
because
feel
he goes to the.
Like I watched that guy a lot in New York. He was a sniper.
Oh, well, here's the thing in New York last year, though, is that he sucked. We traded for him off the Pistons, which he sucked with the
Oh
Pistons.
yeah, that was his second stint though, right?
It was
The
his
first
second
stint
stint with the
Right.
Knicks. His first stint
These
was good. His second
The
stint.
leaders for
Was
3-point
good in the
shooting are
playoffs.
kind of crazy. Guess who's second?
Oh my God, guess who's third?
Amir Coffey.
But guess who's third, though? Say who's third.
Cat.
Cat, baby. Let's go. The Knicks are not good right now.
Yeah,
but it's
exactly.
fine.
And you know what's crazy? He's doing that, and he's still playing like crap.
Yeah, true, because he isn't doing anything down low, but he will eventually. But
Well,
I mean,
he won't because
the
that's
fact-
exactly what.
the
Why
fact-
is Jay Huff 11?
the fact that the top 5 is Alec Burks, Amir Coffey, Kat, Roy Hachimura, and Torian Prince is crazy.
Torian Prince.
Torian Prince is crazy. And then who's Jay Huff?
Oh, you don't, dude. If you watch ACC basketball, you know who Jay Huff was. He was disgusting at Virginia.
Shout out to my
I do
boy
remember.
Jacob Moreno. That's
Jay
his
Huff,
guy.
Jay Huff is on pace.
He's
to be,
7'1".
He's on pace to be most improved.
Who do
Yeah,
you
he's
have
been really good.
for your who do you have for
My
your
player of the week. I touched on them a little bit earlier.
Ew,
Okay. All right. You know what? Let's just end the episode. It was stay hyped.
Is it the same? Is it the same person you pulled up?
It
Been
was.
staring at your screen.
Yes, it is Jamal Mashburn Jr. That guy is
I like it.
disgusting. I don't know, Ben. I know you were in class watching the game a little bit. Jake, I know you were covering it, right?
Yeah.
This guy,
Would have been.
though he logged the
credentials.
third most minutes on the team. He didn't play 35 though, but he scored 26 points on 5 of 7 from 3 and 10 of 16 from the field. Very good shooting splits from Mashburn, except he did go 1 of 3 from the field.
It's quite unfortunate that I didn't get my credentials in time to shoot photography.
Are you serious? That's because that's why.
Thanks,
Shout out
WHIP.
Jameel Brown as well, because Jameel
I
Brown.
was gonna say.
So after the press conference, or during the press conference, Adam Fisher, Coach Fish, somebody asked him like, "Oh, who was the most impactful player on the court?" And he goes, "Oh, Jameel Brown."
Yeah.
I think
I
I
And
agree.
they ask why, and he goes,
He's a dog.
because every time in practice Jameel Brown was on a team, that team won, no matter what team he was put with, no matter if it was with the first strings or the second strings. And Jameel Brown didn't start this game, but he outplayed Matteo Piccarelli to give Piccarelli
that's
only
easy.
6 minutes.
That's not that
because
difficult.
Jameel Brown wins.
Here's what I
I
said.
texted Gabe during the
We
game.
were texting.
He
Yeah.
said
I
that's
texted
not
Gabe.
difficult.
It's crazy.
I said,
He was our best player last year.
Jameel Brown is a dog.
Yeah.
I think that's the perfect definition of how he is as a player.
Yes, did you guys see that alley-oop?
Yeah.
We were texting each other, Ben and I. My theory with the Piccarelli start is that I think he's somebody that will not be getting. He will not be in the rotation towards the end of the season because they were trying to get that 3-point shooting presence that. I'm blanking on the name. No. Who's the pickup? Lynn Greer the third will provide when he comes back and after his 9-game suspension.
Okay.
He was on the bench, by the way. I didn't expect him to be allowed to.
Yeah, I don't know how the rules work. I guess as long as you're not playing.
Yeah.
So here's what I'll say. We had a 9-man rotation, which included Quante Berry playing 38 minutes. I think you just need to tighten that up. We saw Dylan Batiste for only 7 minutes, and he looked phenomenal for those 7 minutes. He went 2 of 2 from the field with an amazing. I think he was the one that caught the lob, right?
Yeah. The thing with Dylan Batiste is like he just didn't play, even though he had the most efficient minutes on the court.
Yeah, it was kind of surprising.
But also,
we didn't see a lot of
it's-
Dylan Batiste, Zion Stanford,
But-
and Jameel Brown.
That's fine.
All 3 of them should be playing a lot more minutes.
We have 10 new.
Shane Dezonie played way too many minutes. That's
Temple
what we have
has
to
10 new players, so it makes sense that Fish needs to find a bunch of new people to give minutes to.
Absolutely. I think it's something that he condenses later in the year, and we look good.
Guys, moving on to the first segment, and this segment's gonna be pretty fun. I cooked up something with this, so I picked out my favorite MLB free agents, and I want to know where everybody thinks they're going.
That's fun.
All right.
Should I start from the bottom of the
Start from the
list
bottom,
and then go
bottom,
all the way
bottom,
up to the big
yeah.
names?
Because I know who's number one.
Dude, we need viewer retention
Okay.
rate. Come on.
Okay, top. Let me go
Start
top.
it
Let me
off.
go top.
We'll start it
Nobody let
off.
them watch longer.
We'll start off with Jeff Hoffman. I just want team names here.
I
Resign.
hate the
Phillies.
fact I'm going to say this, but he's a Dodger.
No, I think he comes to the Phillies.
I think he goes to the Dodgers.
I think he stays on the Phillies. What's your pick here?
I'll go Phillies as well
Okay.
with you.
Re-sign with the Phillies.
Okay.
Because
Just
they need
Dodgers.
to sign bullpen arms. That's their number one.
And more than
goal.
likely, I think he's the big guy that stays. I think if it comes between him,
Is Carlos Estevez a free agent?
yes, I think they bring him back too. So it might as well Estevez. Everybody thinks he's coming back to the Phillies. I think if anything though, they are gonna monitor Hoffman.
After your
more
top
than
15, can
Estevez.
I find like 1 or 2 that you didn't mention to see where they would go as well?
Sure.
Okay.
Next up, I have Nathan Eovaldi.
He's resigning.
Interesting.
I think he's resigning
With the Rangers?
with the Rangers. I don't see why he would leave there.
he declined it. He declined his
Well,
option.
he's probably going to get paid. He probably wants more money. I mean, what was the
What do you think?
I'm
Yeah, he
also,
had a $20 million
I'm also
contract.
Rangers resign.
Okay.
He's going back to the Red Sox because he had his best career.
You said
year was with the Red
Rangers, Red Sox.
Red Sox.
I'm gonna go in a different direction. I think he's gonna be a Diamondback.
After
After the whole problem with Jordan Montgomery,
I can see it, but I think because of Jordan Montgomery, the owner is now hesitant to bring a veteran pitcher onto that team.
It's fair. That's fair. Next up,
I know.
Jake's boy, Gleyber Torres. Is he back with the Yankees?
Okay, I would love. This is more of a want. I'd love to see him on the Seattle Mariners, so I'm gonna go with Seattle.
I like that.
I have a question for you guys before I take my pick here. I'm looking at these 3 spots right here. Red Sox being one of the teams. How does that look right now, going from the Yankees to Red Sox?
He's not going.
So
to Red
Gleyber
Sox.
is a loyal New York Yankee. If the Yankees offer him any contract ever, as long as he makes more money than last season, he'll go back to the
Do
Yankees.
you think they're gonna do that?
No,
No.
because they already didn't give him the qualifying offer, which
I
would
don't
give him
think
$21 million.
I don't think they
So I'll
do
go.
it.
I'll go Kansas City.
Oh my God! Go, you go.
What
I'm
just
gonna
happened?
go with Ben. I'm gonna say Seattle.
So do the Mets just.
I'm gonna say Seattle.
Okay, Kansas City. I was looking at that team. I say either Kansas City or Detroit. I see him becoming a good leadoff hitter for either Kansas City or Detroit, and he's not going to play second base. He's going to be their DH, most likely,
Interesting.
because
He better be a DH.
He better be a DH because he can't.
Give
Fielding ruins his year.
me Seattle
We're
though.
moving
Bet.
to first base.
Next name,
He can't go.
Ha-Seong Kim. I think he stays a Padre.
He declined his player option.
I
Yeah,
think
I
he
think
stays a Padre.
I-
though. I think this is Padres.
He's- okay.
Well, he was because he was injured, but I think this is
Yeah.
Padres.
No,
right
Padres
all
don't
over
bring him
for
back.
the
I think he'll sign a 1-year deal with the Padres.
Really?
I think he
bring him
goes
back.
back to the Padres.
I don't think they
I'll
bring him back.
also resign.
Think about it. The Padres have Jay Cronenworth at first. They have Machado at third. They have Bogarts at short. And then who they have at second? No, Bogarts was at second. He was playing short for the playoffs. It wasn't Kim. Anyway, they're going to move Jackson Merrill to shortstop. They're going to move Jackson Merrill to shortstop, I think. Because he is.
Yeah, but
So where do you have him going then?
I think he's good depth. He plays like every position.
He's going to sign a 1-year contract for a prove-it deal. And
Where?
interesting. I think the Mariners are a good spot for him for a
Okay.
1-year prove-it deal to play.
Next
second base.
up, I have a former Red Sox. Because now he's a free agent. Tyler O'Neill.
Red Sox.
I'll go
It's
Reds.
a tough
No
one.
Sox.
He was their
Reds.
top 3 player this year.
It's a
They're
tough
never
one
signed.
because I think he's gonna
It's a big
leave.
deal.
I don't really know what team he.
You know what
he's
I'm
like with a
feeling
bunch of
with
random
this?
teams.
You know what I'm feeling
I'm
with this
feeling-
name?
I'm
I'm
feeling-
feeling Giants.
I was about to say the Giants. Yeah.
Giants. This is Giants written all over it.
Giants or the Pirates.
I like the
Okay.
Pirates.
I'm gonna go with the Pirates.
See, the
Just the
Giants, this is what's going to happen with the Giants this offseason. They're going to put all their, like they did last year with Ohtani, they're going to put all of their effort into trying to sign Soto, which they're not because they're the Giants.
He's gonna stay on the East Coast. He's gonna go to the West
And
Coast.
then he's just simply going to go,
Okay.
they're not going to get anyone big because they try to re-sign Soto or get Soto.
Where do you have them going?
The Reds.
I said Reds, yeah.
Yeah, so Reds.
Okay.
Interesting.
Next up, this might be different for you now, well, depending on because of what you said for Ha-Seong Kim. Jerks Profar.
Padres.
Been real good this season.
I think he's gonna stay with the Padres, but I beg he comes to the Philadelphia.
Funny thing
Phillies.
about Profar, he is only good with the Padres. So if he
It
goes to
is
another
funny.
team, he's going to suck. So
I'm
he
also
should
going
stay with the
Padres.
Padres if he wants to continue to be an all-star.
All right, Padres.
Padres.
You said
Yeah, Padres.
Padres. I'm going in a different direction here. I'm going to go with the Toronto Blue Jays.
I like it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because the Blue Jays are rebuilding and they need like a under-the-radar
Yeah.
type of star.
I think
Yeah.
the Blue Jays could be competitive next
Yeah.
year if they
Give
make
me
the right signings.
Profar with the Blue Jays. Next up, yet another Padre, guys. Tanner Scott.
Tanner Scott,
Dodger.
Philadelphia Philly.
I like it.
Whoa.
I like it.
They lose Hoffman, but they get Tanner Scott.
I would still like that, but I'm a big Jeff Hoffman guy. You know that, so I'd be
Yeah.
pretty depressed.
Matt Strong.
I know a team that needs starting pitcher.
Yeah, but we need another guy.
True. Well,
And that might lose a left-handed pitcher,
I think so.
and that's the New York Mets.
Nah, he's saying Mets be a Phillies.
I think
like
Manaea
said.
goes.
I think the Dodgers.
I think we got
Dodgers.
Manaea goes.
This is a tough one, man.
He's
It's
heavily linked with the Red Sox. I think he's very heavily linked with the Red Sox.
It's hard to predict relievers because they can literally go anywhere, unless your name is Clay Holmes, which if he's on your list, I know where he's going.
I don't think he's on this list.
Okay, I have a couple. Then I could add them because he was.
Tanner Scott. This is tough. You know what? I'll just say Dodgers.
Okay,
it makes sense.
I think Dodgers is like the guaranteed like.
They're gonna get at least one name. They're gonna get at least one name is the way I see it.
I think they're gonna get 3.
Next up, Christian Walker.
He's staying.
He's staying.
No, I'm just kidding. He's not staying. Why did I say he's staying? I was thinking of somebody else. This is, I think, the easiest one. Houston Astros.
I like that.
Fits right there. That's exactly what they need.
I just think Christian Walker is not the face of the Diamondbacks, but you know how like every like team has that veteran that's been there for.
But they played better when he got hurt last year.
He's still.
I'll go with Astros.
I think that he's still the embodiment of what Arizona wants, and he's also one of the best defensive.
Would you like him on the Yankees?
I have another first baseman going to the Yankees.
Okay.
Oh.
So, you're making him nervous.
Making me nervous over
I'll
here.
say
He's going.
Astros.
I'm going Arizona.
Arizona.
Okay, split. Interesting.
Next
We
up,
should put bets on this.
I got my boy. If you know, you know.
Yeah.
Teoscar Hernandez, and I think he stays with the Dodgers.
See.
Yeah, I think he stays with the Dodgers
He stays
too.
with the Dodgers.
Especially because Ohtani, you know.
They love him
Here's
in
the
that
thing.
locker room, man.
I'm gonna give 2 separate answers, which might not be fair, but Teoscar Hernandez, if the Dodgers don't sign the other guys that I think they're gonna sign, are gonna re-sign Hernandez. But listen to this one, Chris. I think you might like this too. I think he signs a huge contract back with the Blue Jays.
I like it. I like it. I said one of my things was when Simeon didn't re-sign with the Jays and Teoscar got traded for a bag of chips to Seattle. I was very upset.
If Hernandez doesn't
very upset about
re-sign,
it.
he's going to the Blue Jays.
You know what? Just bring back the whole squad. Bring Robbie Ray back. Bring Teoscar Hernandez, Simeon, Santiago Espinal. No, I want the whole squad going right back.
I haven't re-signed with.
I'm not a Blue Jays fan, by the way. I just really love the
I wonder what the contract-
2022 Blue Jays squad.
Gabe, I know you're not all like you don't know how baseball contracts work to a certain like degree compared to basketball. Like, where do you guys think he re-signs with it? He's gonna have to take another pay cut, and he's an MVP.
Teoscar?
I think next year he's a dark horse MVP candidate.
Please,
So
let him go. This dude is so underrated.
I mean, he's
So
underrated.
underrated.
A 3-year deal.
but like what? How much? Because he deserves $100 million. He's not gonna get that.
You know what?
Maybe
what?
80,
I
75,
like
80.
it. I like
I don't care at this point. Obviously, I said Dodgers. I'm also saying Phillies too, just because I want them.
Okay.
He would fit really well. The Phillies need to. I have a lot of.
Throw
Phillies
him in left
predictions,
field.
but Yeah.
I'd love Teoscar
Put him
Hernandez in
in
a
center,
Phillies
too.
uniform.
Really
I'd
want
love it.
All right.
I'd love it. What's your pick?
Not the Phillies. I'm going LA.
Yeah,
All
I
right.
think he stays.
All right, next up, Anthony Santander, and this one's gonna be a bad one for
really
me,
like
but
this fit.
I think he's going to the Mets.
I really like this
Really?
fit. Kansas City.
I like
Kansas
I love
City's a
that
good
fit.
one. I think he goes to the Mets.
I think he goes.
I think he
to
plays
the-
DH for the Mets.
Ooh, I'm
Okay,
split
I wouldn't
between
mind that.
two.
I mean,
I'm split
Upgrade
between
over
2 right
Martinez.
now.
Yeah,
for sure.
I mean JD's probably gonna retire.
Okay,
So.
Yeah.
2. Oh well, JD's not coming back anyway because he sucked in the playoffs. They benched him for Winker.
Yeah.
I have 2. It's one AL, one NL team. Either he goes to the Padres, which I really like him in that uniform, or the Guardians need
You don't
power.
think the Orioles keep him?
No, I think they have too many
Yeah,
prospects.
the Orioles are.
Heston Kjerstad.
This is
deserves
the
to play in
only.
outfield.
This is the only person I can say with 100% certainty he's not resigning.
I think he also could go to the Guardians because they need power hitting and they need power hitting
the
outfield.
issue is I just don't think the Guardians have the money.
That's a good one.
I think they do because
I
the
think they
only
do.
people they pay right now, the only
It's
person they
Ramirez.
pay
But
is
they're
Ramirez.
yeah, but
That's
they never pay anybody. That's the thing. They're
Well,
cheap.
but they're good now, so they can pay some.
I would also love to see. I need Pittsburgh to make a sneaky good signing. Like I
All
need
right,
that Pittsburgh team.
So I
to
said
get back.
Mets though.
I'm going Royals on this one.
All right.
Yeah.
Next up, speaking of the Guardians, Shane Bieber.
He's resigning. Yeah, he's
You
resigning.
think so?
I
think he
don't. I don't know why
resigns.
he would leave. He's been rehabbing there the whole time.
I think he resigns.
He's not gonna. He's gonna get a
Prove it
1 year. Yeah, he's gonna get 1 year, like 22
Do you
or
know
something.
where he's going to go on that prove it deal? The Dodgers.
That would be smart on his end, but I
How do
don't
they
think he's
have
gonna.
money for? I mean, like I
Because
understand.
Now
they-
they
It's
have-
because they're not
okay.
paying Ohtani right
I
now.
know.
Right now they're
the
paying
salary-
Ohtani $2 million for
Oh,
the
yeah,
next
I
10
forgot
years
about that.
because his contract is deferred for another 10 years. So
They don't have unlimited money though. Like they can't pay.
They're
all
still the
these
Dodgers.
guys. Yeah.
Nah, they're still the Dodgers.
I think he
they
stays.
still have the same
Okay,
capacity.
where do you think he goes to the Dodgers?
Dodgers, yes.
Okay.
Should be to the Dodgers.
Stays in Cleveland for me.
Next up, Alex Bregman.
Yankees.
All right. This is my
immediate.
this is my crazy pick. I've seen no links to this, but I think the Phillies trade Alex
Shut
Bregman
up.
to the Seattle Mariners and Alex Bregman becomes
Shut
Philadelphia
up, dude.
Philly.
He's becoming a New York Yankee, and you know it.
I
He'll
think.
become the perfect villain
Where
in
do
New
you
York.
got him going?
Between two teams right now. I'll go Detroit.
Oh, back to AJ Hinch. I love that pick, actually. But
I think
that's-
Detroit's a good one. I'm gonna go with a sneaky one. I'm gonna go with Milwaukee.
I
I think
like.
Milwaukee would pay him that much.
I don't think they would.
He's gonna
No,
get
they
like maybe $200 million.
No.
No.
He's gonna get 150. He came off a bad
150.
year. He came off a very bad year.
150.
No,
he's
I think his
older,
market his
150.
market's gonna be competitive. I think it's gonna keep pushing up the
I think
price.
it's the Yankees.
I think he's gonna get-
sneak in.
I think his contract is gonna be horrible.
I'll say
Like
Milwaukee.
way too
still.
much. Like
I'll say Milwaukee still,
And by the
especially
way-
because they're in talks to clear up money.
And
Because
by the
I
way,
don't think they're looking to bring
the
back
Phillies
Devin
thing-
Williams.
the Phillies thing is not me wanting him. I don't want him on the Phillies.
I
I
don't
just think that's what they're gonna do.
I think the Phillies won't make a move at third base because they love Boone too much.
No, I don't.
I
don't think.
agree with that.
I don't think they like Bowman.
Um,
They're
where do
listening
you
to trade
have him
offers
going?
for him.
Sorry, who were we talking about?
Bregman.
Bregman. I think I said Detroit, right?
Yeah, Detroit.
All
All right.
He's going to the Yankees.
Detroit basketball.
Next up,
I'm scared about this one.
Pete
Let me
Alonso.
just take a deep breath.
Is this where you said Yankees?
Don't do it. Don't do it.
I think.
I'll go last.
I think he's staying with the.
You should go with.
Okay, here's the thing. He's either going to the Mets or not the Yankees, the Washington Nationals. He's going to be a Washington National.
You know what this
like that
has?
pick, then.
Yeah, you know what this has written all over it? What's a team that can never get a big name free agent but's willing to
The
spend?
Giants.
Giants. Yeah, I like that. I like that.
This could be a giant.
I think.
The Giants are on the short
Gabe's
list.
Gabe, you're actually gonna be surprised. I think because he saved the
I'm gonna
Mets
say
season.
Giants.
I think he resigns with the Mets
Okay.
because they can't resign
Where
Soto.
you
Because they
go,
can't
go.
sign
He's going to
Soto.
be so overrated.
Okay.
in my opinion.
Here's
For the Mets, yes.
He's gonna say Mets.
here's my thing. He's not my favorite player
He saved your
skill wise
season, bro. He
in the
saved
world,
your
right?
season.
But at the end of the day, he saved our season. And I saw an article that said it better than I ever could. Pete Alonso is more valuable to the Mets than he is to any other franchise.
This is true.
I'm still saying
He has the
Giants.
culture of the LFGN whole
Yeah.
thing.
I
He
thought
is
that
the
was
culture of the Mets.
Iglesias is the culture
Oh.
over there.
But I
The
love
OMG,
Chris.
yeah. But
Chris, I
Pete
love your
Alonso's the
Nationals.
OG. Pete
I love your
Alonso,
Nationals
he
pick.
re-signs in New York.
Oh wait, your pick.
Yeah,
my bad. I love your Nationals pick because they need someone to rebuild around. So-
They need a
You're
leader.
saying
They need
Mets?
a leader.
No, I'm saying
I said
Okay.
Mets.
he said Mets. I said Mets.
Okay. I'm saying New York.
Oh,
the
which
Mets.
Next
Yeah,
up,
no, not the bad one.
next up, I have Willie Adames.
This is
Wait,
a really
Chris, who do
difficult
you
one.
have Pete Alonso going to?
I think.
I said the Giants.
You said you said the
I
Giants.
think.
Yeah.
I have.
Willie Adames.
This is my Giants. This is my Giants guy.
I got him staying
He
in
fits.
Milwaukee.
He fits so. I don't think Milwaukee pays him.
No, Milwaukee. Okay. The funny thing about Milwaukee, I saw a post even on from John Boy. He's not going to Milwaukee.
He's not.
He's not.
People don't re-sign there.
Also,
Or the Pirates.
Also, for some reason the Padres don't. Oh, not the Padres. The Brewers just don't like him. I feel
Yeah.
like. The fan base.
This
He's
is
good.
honestly.
He's great.
I would stick my neck out. I would be willing to bet money that he goes to the Giants. I'm so confident he's a Giant.
I like that pick, but just to be different, I think since the Padres don't re-sign Hassan Kim, they sign Willie Adames.
But where is he gonna play?
Shortstop.
What?
But Worst moves over to second.
He's already at second. They
I
moved
thought
him.
we were saying that
They moved him last year.
All right.
Well, just watch.
Where
Because
do
the,
you
because the
have
Padres always make
Willie
questionable moves.
Adames.
for
I got him
money.
staying with Milwaukee. That's just me though.
I'm just saying San Francisco.
Okay. Next up, Jack Flaherty.
Dodgers.
I think he stays with the Dodgers. He had a great run with the Dodgers. I think he stays.
I think the Dodgers resign as many
I-
people as they can.
Yeah.
I think him
I don't
and
see-
Teoscar.
I don't see where he could-
He's
Like,
gonna take
No, I
another-
think him and Teoscar.
He's going to
stay.
take another pay cut because he is a Dodgers fan. He grew up a Dodgers fan.
Yeah.
That was the whole thing. Him and Cole facing each other, fans of the team since they were younger.
see, okay, I'm gonna go crazy because it's such an Angels thing to do. Pay him so much money and then he
That's
and then he
that's
gets
when they
hurt.
did
From the Angels.
Tyler Anderson.
I
when they
think
did
I
that.
think he's either going to he's staying in LA. He's either going to the Dodgers or the
I
Angels.
like it.
I'm
I'll
staying
just say the
Dodgers.
Angels, even though I think he'll probably
Dodgers,
stay with the Dodgers.
Angels,
But
Dodgers.
Dodgers.
Okay. Next up, I have Max Fried.
this is a crazy one. I think.
I think he stays.
I don't think he stays. I
In
think he's
Atlanta.
leaving 100%. I think he's going to be a Chicago Cub.
That's
like
not-
I think
that's
he's
not a
gonna.
big
I think
pick.
he's gonna follow
It's a good pick.
Dan's bit, and he's gonna go to.
I think it's a good pick. I like that.
Resigns with Atlanta. That's what I got.
I'm trying to.
Okay.
Okay, so it's a team that needs an ace. This is rough for me. I mean, the Brewers.
He could stay with Atlanta, but
I found a good spot.
I think he wants to be that true.
Where?
I think he might go to St. Louis because St. Louis has all
He's
old
not
pitchers.
old enough.
That's the
He's not
retired
old enough.
now.
Yeah, he's not old enough.
I think they choose him to be their ace. And I don't see him in a Cardinals uniform in my head, but I just know that he will pitch there.
He wants to go somewhere where
Yeah.
he's
The
the
number
true
one.
ace.
Alright.
That's why he's not staying.
Because Spencer Strider's
Yeah.
Where do you have him going?
He said
We're still
resigning.
on free. Yeah, resigning with Atlanta.
Yeah, this next name, you're not gonna expect this one, cause me and him are talking about it. He knows exactly where I have him going. Roki Sasaki.
I know where he's going.
I mean, he's probably going to be an Angel.
No.
Or I honestly have no idea. He could go anywhere.
I'm glad you have him on this list because I was waiting to bring him up.
Yeah, you know
Well,
where
I
I
wanna go
have him
last.
going.
I want to go. Go ahead. Where do you have him going? Where do you have him going?
There was a team that went after a guy named Yamamoto, and he didn't come
True.
to that said team,
This is true.
and they like to
23,
pursue Japanese pitchers who are very dominant.
Masahiro
And
Sato.
you've seen this guy. This guy is unbelievable. This guy is unbelievable.
It's not Roki Sasaki.
Give me the Phillies.
It's Roki. Not
The
Roki.
Phillies will get Roki Sasaki. I'm calling it. I'm so confident on this one.
Really?
Stand.
Wait, you guys never go after Japanese pitchers.
They went after
once.
Yamamoto
We
big
did.
time.
Who was the last
year.
Japanese pitcher you guys had?
I couldn't tell you, but they went after Yamamoto
The Yankees
big
went
last
over.
year.
The
Did you
Yankees
see how much
signed
they
Masahiro
we
Tanaka.
offered? The Phillies offered Yamamoto more than the Dodgers.
Well, that's because
He only went to the Dodgers to show it.
Yeah, I know. Gabe, what's your choosing before
I
say
think
it?
he's going. By the way, you didn't hear my. I think he's the New York man. I think you guys are going to lose a lot of your starters, and you're going to send
God,
him.
please
He's not gonna
no.
be friends with
The Phillies won't be able to touch him.
They already have one.
I hate Saul Mania, by the way.
He's leaving.
Yeah. Okay. No problem to me. He's out of here because Roki Sasaki's coming.
No.
Yeah.
You got him going to the Mets?
Yeah,
I think
I've
he's
already
going
seen
there.
Where is he going?
I've already
Keith?
seen
Guys
rumors.
are all
Steve
wrong.
Cohen is going all in. for
If
some
you
starting
say
pitchers.
Yankee,
There's two teams, okay?
Dodgers.
It's going to be a 50-50. Actually,
He's gonna
it's
say
more like
Dodgers.
a 60-40. The 40% is the Yankees, which I want, but it's not going to
And
happen.
the 60% is Dodgers?
It's the Dodgers.
Get out.
Do you guys have money to sign him though?
You only have to
No.
pay him $6 million a year because since he's not 25 years old, you
Oh,
have to
yeah,
pay
I
more
forgot.
money to the team than to the player.
Next
so he's
up-
technically going to be only making $2 million a year for the next 5 years.
Next
That's
up,
disgusting.
Which is
Blake
why the
Snell.
Dodgers-
I don't like that.
Blake Snell.
He's a
Okay.
Yankee.
Blake Snell is so weird. He could go
I
to.
don't want him, but he's a Yankee.
I don't want him. I could see him as a Met. I could see him as I could see him resigning, but I think he'll go to the Red Sox because I think the Red Sox are going to spend
I like that.
so
I'll go
much
with the
money
Red
this
Sox,
offseason.
too. I like the Red Sox too.
I'm going Chicago Cubs.
I like
Okay.
it. I like it.
Yeah,
Where you
I mean, I
got
already
him?
had Max Fried over there, so.
The fun fact about Blake Snell, he is best friends with Aaron Judge. And Aaron Judge is
Oh,
now
here
the
we go.
LeBron James of MLB because he gets everybody that he wants on his team.
Aaron
Duke.
Judge.
Do you
So,
want
Aaron
Blake Snell?
Judge.
No.
I don't.
He's coming to the Yankees.
Aaron Judge was nowhere to be found, by the way.
And Game 4, he was pretty good. Game 5, he was pretty good besides the
Next up, I have Corbin Burns, and I have him staying with Baltimore. I think if they spend any type of money, it's going to go straight to Corbin.
I think he's going
He's
to
there.
be a New York Met.
Say it.
Unfortunately.
Yes, say it.
He's going to be a New York Met.
No, he
Unfortunately.
won't. No, he won't.
Steve Cohen is
No,
going
he
to give him.
Corbin Burns has been one of my favorite
$250
players.
million.
Corbin Burns has been one of my favorite players for the past 8 years. He's not going to be a Met. I'm positive. And if he does, I'd lose all respect for him. I was this close to buying a Brewers
Well, you're going
A
to lose a lot of
Brewers
respect for
Corbin
him.
Burns
because
jersey. That close.
He's going to a big market.
He's going to stay with the Orioles.
I don't think he's staying with the Orioles. I think
If they spend any type of money, it's on him.
I want to go last in this one.
I think he's going to be a New York Met.
All
Unfortunately.
right, Matt.
What do you? I
Oh,
want to
hold on. I haven't said the Mets.
I said Orioles.
Yeah, he's gonna be Mets.
Yeah.
Listen, there's 4 players
Go.
that I saw on this list, and I'm like, Okay, I'm not gonna say the Mets for everybody because I know we're going after pitchers. I know we're gonna probably spend a lot.
Corbin Burns.
Yeah, we are.
And Roki Sasaki?
Yeah, I think we will.
I
Or
don't
the
think-
Mets
I think
have
they're
been contenders over every single starting pitcher
just
on
won't
this
happen.
list.
Because they're gonna lose Manaea.
You're not
Severino.
getting the first or the second best free
You guys are
agent.
gonna
It's not happening.
You guys are gonna call me
Go.
crazy. 60-40, 60 to the Orioles, 40 to the Dodgers.
He's
Because
Are they just like
he's gonna-
collecting Infinity Stones? Like what
so
are they doing
basically,
at this point?
the Dodgers. The fun thing about the Dodgers, everyone's taking pay cuts. Did you know that both Betts and Freeman also deferred their money?
Yep.
So that means that they're literally taking pay cuts to go to the Dodgers to get rings. That's what Teoscar Hernandez did this season. I just think he takes a pay cut and goes there for like 3 years, or 60% chance he just becomes the Orioles ace for the next 7 years.
You ready to hear 3 different teams for this next one?
Yeah.
Juan Soto. I'm going with the Phillies.
Oh
Go
no.
F yourself, bro.
Wait, I'm actually.
Okay,
This one, the Phillies are
Is this
definitely
number one
gonna
on the
burst
list?
through.
Here's the percentages.
Okay.
Here's the percentages.
Can I get a second team from you too, Chris? After Ben goes.
Here is my percentages.
second
'Cause you're
team
doing.
Yes.
He's
Phillies
doing
and
percentages. 5% Phillies.
Cool.
15% Mets.
15.
That's it.
That's
80% Yankees.
No Dodgers.
No Dodgers.
Okay.
He's staying on the East Coast. It's known that he likes the East Coast more.
This is true.
Um,
He likes being in New York.
If the
he didn't
Yankees-
enjoy the Padres.
if the Yankees don't re-sign him, they should just fold as a franchise.
I
Give me-
agree.
He carried them.
I
Give me
will
the
burn
Phils.
this jersey if he doesn't resign.
Give me the Phils. Oh, you heard it. He will burn his Garrett Cole jersey if he doesn't resign. Now we have you on film.
I'll burn my Daniel Jones jersey.
I think
It's already
gave
in the.
I gave the
It's already in
Mets.
first
The Mets
division.
cannot get Corbin
Guys, I don't
Burns
know what's
and
worse,
Juan
that or
Soto.
the
I
fact that I
absolutely
just
think
found
that.
out today that he's from Bucks County. He's not even a New Yorker.
How did you just find that
I
out?
feel like this is common knowledge.
It's very common knowledge.
Did you know this?
I didn't know he was
I did not
from
know
Bucks, but
Yeah,
I
he didn't know it
I
either.
didn't know
But
he was
it's
from
fine, Bucks. though.
He's not a New Yorker. You're a New Yorker.
I didn't know he was from Bucks. but I
I'm
knew
not
he was
even in
from
New York. I'm in New Jerseyer, but you know,
Boom.
same thing.
Get boomed.
Teams get passed down. It's okay.
Give me Juan
Where's-
Soto
where's-
on the Phillies.
Okay, Soto.
Okay, can I get a
Dave
second?
Dombrowski came out with a statement saying that he wants the cap to go up. He's going after Juan Soto.
Okay.
Juan Soto loves Bryce Harper, Kevin Long, Turner, and all of
He
those
never
guys.
played with them. He never
Yes,
played
he
with
did.
Harper in spring training.
Doesn't matter.
Soto won the World Series as a rookie. Harper was gone.
Doesn't matter.
He never played with
Doesn't
him.
matter. He played with Trey Turner.
That's true. Yes. But
Yeah.
I didn't love him.
Kyle Schwarber too.
Soto needs to be the number one on a team. Maybe the number.
We're
two,
the
that's it.
Philadelphia. The Phillies are also known as the Philadelphia Nationals. Juan
He
Soto's
wants, he
coming.
wants somewhere where they will look at him as the number one. The
He
Phillies,
would be the number
the
one.
Phillies will still look at Bryce Harper and Zach Wheeler over him.
Okay, here's what
No,
I asked
not
before I make my pick here.
We already know you're gonna say Mets.
Jake and Chris, you both chose your favorite teams here.
I didn't say anything yet.
You just oh
No,
you
yes
did?
you did.
No, I didn't.
Yes you did.
No, I didn't.
Okay, Jake. Here's what I'm gonna ask when you do go after me. I want the team that you think is gonna go to, assuming it's gonna be the Yankees. But
I have an 80-20.
okay, yes, that's what I'm asking for. I want to hear the 20, Chris. I want to hear your second team that he might go to.
Yankees.
You know,
I can't believe you said that.
Yankees.
just running my mood over here.
Good.
Here's what I think.
Yankees.
During the Steve Cohen tenure as owner, right? There was maybe one. How should I phrase this,
The
right?
day
Shohei
Juan
Ohtani-
Soto ends up in the Big Apple is the day I stop watching.
He's in the
baseball.
Big Apple
He
now.
already is in the Big Apple.
I mean, you know what I meant to say. Is on the Mets uniform.
Shohei-
It's the day I stop watching baseball.
I'll put it this
Because
way.
I already hate Mark Vientos, it'll just make me hate Juan Soto at that point.
Right, keep going. Yeah.
Shohei Ohtani was always going to be a Dodger, right? That was just going to happen.
Yeah.
Yamamoto, though, I was genuinely surprised that Steve Cohen wasn't able to get him in the blue and orange. And I honestly think the same about Juan Soto. I think that there's still a massive chance that he resigns. I'm going to say it's more of a 60-40, but I do think that he comes to the Mets. Steve Cohen, I don't know how he does it. I do know how he does it. He has a lot of money, and he's willing to spend.
To throw
Juan Soto and Corbin Burns, Pete Alonso.
You wouldn't understand that side of the show.
They're
I
Mets.
was gonna pass the food. Okay,
Okay.
say your prediction real quick,
My
please,
80
so I can say one thing.
My 80-20 pick. 80% to the Yankees, of course. 20%, you guys are going to call me crazy. He's going to the Los Angeles Dodgers if he doesn't go to the Yankees.
To throw it out there-
if he goes to the Dodgers, I'm not watching
Baseball?
Baseball.
Yeah, because they're winning for the next 7 years.
To throw it out there before we move into the next segment, I want to say we don't have time to go through whatever names you had on there, but
Okay.
I wanted to say this real quick. What was really funny was before our show, Gabe sent a text in our group chat and said,
No, we're not
oh my God, Juan Soto's on the Mets and got clickbaited so
Free agency didn't even open yet.
He got clickbaited so
It's the new
hard.
Chris,
It
can I defend
was
myself?
hilarious.
Can I defend myself? I got a tweet, and I don't get notifications from MLB sources. I usually do not, right? I follow like who's like the top guy? What's his name again?
Rosenthal.
Yeah, I follow him, and I don't follow anybody else besides like the Mets fan pages, right? That kind of stuff. I got a tweet. Juan Soto has agreed to a $700 million 13-year contract with the New York Mets, right?
He
I'm
wouldn't
like,
get
oh,
paid
it happened, right?
anyways.
I didn't even think twice about it. There's no other reason I'd be getting that
He
tweet. other
wouldn't
than
get
it happening.
paid $700 million.
I click on the
anyways.
tweet, and it says, this tweet will hit so hard when whoever tweets it, right? And I'm just like, you knew what you were doing. One, you know what you were doing. Two, why am I getting a notification for that?
I think the funny thing though was as soon as he said that, Jake said free agency hasn't started yet. He said,
Yeah.
"Wait, what?"
It was so funny. If
I
you make
was
this that Instagram
so
clip, I'll
confused.
just put that screenshot up. Chris, you don't want to hear who I think the first baseman in the New York Yankees will be next year?
No, because we gotta move on
Okay.
because of time.
All right.
Next,
Yeah.
next segment. I
Just
want to
no.
give we'll make it a quick segment so that we could do our NFL stuff. Everybody want to give a quick rundown on NBA and NHL?
Go for it.
Go for it. Let's go.
The Flyers are okay at the moment. I mean, I don't.
No, they're not. They're bad.
After watching more and more of it, it just goes to show that they have such a big hole at backup goalie and that Emerson can't carry this team nonstop. And that
How
they
do
need
we-
to move off of Kolosov. They need to move off Fedotov. Trade for a goalie at this point. I don't care if you brought in 39-year-old Jonathan Quick for a year. You just need somebody to fill that gap because this just doesn't look too good. I mean, other
We just
than
got
that,
shut up by
though,
Jonas Corposalo.
he's not awful.
Yes, he is.
He's
Yes,
not
he is.
awful. Other than that, though, I mean, like, I like what I've seen from obviously Mitch Cobb. Mitch Cobb runs this team. It's definitely a fact. I will spit my case on the trade that they did as of last night, which was Ben Gleason for Ronnie Attard. My friend brought up a really good point that one way or another, both guys are going to stay in the AHL. That aside, though, I know me and him disagreed on it a little bit. I think Ronnie Attard had a lot more talent than Ben Gleason for the sole factor of not just him playing more, but that he's developed more. Ben Gleason, if you didn't know, the guy the Flyers traded for, has played 4 games in the majors. Ronnie Attard has played 29. And he shined in at least, I could say, more than 4 games.
Yeah.
He was.
I think it's enough.
So
I don't think it really matters.
listen, it doesn't matter. It's not going to change much of the team, but the Flyers still have a lot of work to do, and I still think that come time this year, I don't know if they'll make the playoffs, especially the way they're going, but I just hope, though, that the future that guys want to come and play for the Flyers, specifically, like I stated before, I'm all in for Mikko Rantanen to come be a Flyer.
Yeah. I mean, I think with Michkov and the front office the way it is, it'll be a...
See, I'm very high on Briere and Keith Jones for what they've done so far. I really like what they got going.
I agree.
And, yeah, it's pretty funny that you decided to disrespect Philly, Cutter Gauthier. How's that going for you?
Yeah.
How's that going for you? Now you're not playing because you're just that bad. You're that bad. I also want to say, too, I was looking at the prospects in the next year's draft, depending on how bad the Flyers end up and stuff. And the guy who's projected number 1, I wouldn't take for a specific reason. He goes to Boston College.
Yeah, I haven't looked at the NHL.
Well, no,
draft.
it's not. It's the factor that, like, I don't know what Cutter's going to say to him since Cutter went to Boston College.
Yeah.
It's the Boston College factor is what it seems like. So I don't want to. I'd rather avoid that and go after another Russian who's going to go crazy.
Team Russia should be. the
Any
Flyers.
thoughts on the Devil and the Rangers?
Matt,
I do not like the fact that we have played 4 more games than basically every other team in the conference.
The Devils have been
in
good
the
though.
division. That we have been good, but it's just
You know
tripping
what's
me out
kinda
when I
funny,
see
though?
those 18 points but 15 games.
You know it's
played.
kind of funny though.
What do you know?
Calgary really beat up on you guys. the other night. It was they stopped Markstrom in his return to Calgary, which was pretty fun.
Yeah. Also,
Shut him out.
Edmonton is back on the up and up.
I expected it.
Yeah.
I expected it.
Yeah, we
You
talked
just had
about
to
it
give him
last
some
time.
time.
Yeah.
No thoughts on the Rangers?
I mean, let's be honest. For the past couple of years, even with this team, they're pretty much a lock to make the playoffs.
What the one thing that I'll say is obviously when we didn't have any episodes going for the little bit of a break that we had, there was the Mikhail Rath and Rempe fight with Washington. And the
Rempe got
Rangers,
sent down.
Rempe got beat up in that fight. He got beat up by
The
Mikhail
only
Rath.
reason he's on the
Is for
squad
fighting, but
is
if
for
that's
fighting,
the reason, why can't he win?
He's
He
still-
was a lot
I mean, he's
better
still
than Mikhail
young.
Rath.
He's still young though. He's gonna get beaten when somebody actually cares about fighting. He just tries to
Mikhail
outpower
Rath
everyone.
is just a dog.
I know. It's just
Also,
events.
shout out my guy Radko Gudas for making an Instagram account. It's actually pretty funny.
How does rookie eligibility work in the NHL?
As in,
Because for the MLB, you have to play a certain amount of games and then you're considered a rookie.
I think it's the same thing.
yeah.
So
it's the same
Rempe
thing.
still technically is a rookie, right?
I don't think so. I think he
He
qualified
played
last
enough.
year.
No,
Yeah,
I
he
think
played
he
a lot of games
qualified
at the end of
last
last
year,
season.
yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
I don't think it's that many. They only have 82 games. It's probably like 12 games
Oh,
or something.
okay. It's because
I'm
MLB it's
gonna-
70%.
I'm gonna pass the spotlight to my good friend Gabe over here to give a little talk on his Nets because I feel
Let's
like
do
he's
it.
got something stored up.
I'll start with this. I'm glancing at the NBA standings right now. There's a lot been going on in this league.
Look who's 14th.
I was just gonna say, I thought they were missing a team in the Eastern Conference, but it turns out you just gotta scroll all the way down to find them. It was the Philadelphia
That's
76ers
crazy.
at 1-5.
Hey,
Anyway,
at least we don't have the worst coach in the league.
You might though.
You know what?
I'm
Now,
not
now
talking
this
about
is
that.
turning
Oh,
into
yeah,
I was
Now-
talking trash
now
about the
this-
Bucks.
Jordy Fernandez is
I
not
was-
bad.
I was talking about the Bucks.
now this just turned into an everybody talk piece.
Yeah.
If you want to talk over here, you're
On
not
top
getting
five.
harassed to where your best player is getting suspended over protecting his family.
This is true,
Yeah.
but my team's also getting.
And you also didn't go and throw out $200 million to a 34-year-old who hyperextended his knee and proceeded to shoot 0 for 6 in his first 6 shots.
I'm just saying, my team got a lot of heat
And
for
then
creating
proceeded
the
to try
Philadelphia
and take
Nets, so-
the game winner when obviously it wasn't set for him. And then you seen what happened.
Can I just say
It should have
this?
been Maxi's
The
ball on his birthday.
The worst part about this is the Sixers have had such an easy schedule.
Yeah,
too.
that's the thing.
Let me
We
just,
lost to Detroit.
I'll just
Detroit.
I'll say
That's
this,
good.
right? I don't want to touch on the Nets too much because they are a boring team. Let's just be honest.
You're still 5th.
Jordy Fernandez is good. Is very good. Not just he's very good, right? Our new head
You're
coach.
still in the top 5.
We're tied for third. We're tied for third in the Eastern Conference with Cam Thomas as our
Well,
leading
I don't
scorer.
understand.
What is basketball?
What
at
I
this
don't
point?
understand about the NBA so far this year is how the 2 undefeated teams. I understand how the Thunder are still undefeated because they're great. Without
If
Isaiah
you
Hartenstein,
dare
by the way.
disrespect Cleveland, I will
I'm not
tolerate
disrespecting
it.
Cleveland. I'm just questioning
Everyone's
what they changed.
disrespecting Cleveland
Because
over
they-
years.
well,
Cleveland's
They
tough.
didn't add anyone over the offseason, so what
I know
changed
that,
from last
but
year?
Evan Mobley's improved a lot.
That's good because Evan Mobley needed to.
Yeah.
He
George
needs to be an all-star
Niang.
player. That's crazy. 'cause he
Bang,
won
bang.
last year.
George Niang.
I mean, the Celtics
That's my
top
guy.
heavy. They're gonna probably win the championship again. And then on the West side, I mean, the fact that the Knicks lost to the Rockets. I mean, the Rockets are legit. So.
Can I just?
You lost to the Pistons. What are you talking about?
Can I do a quick?
The Rockets are good.
Can I do a quick mid NBA segment trivia question for you guys? Because I think this
Yes.
is very
Go
interesting.
ahead.
Who is leading the Golden State Warriors in points per game?
Oh, I know this. This is
You know this?
Brandon Podziemski.
Crazy bull, but not quite.
Draymond.
I know.
You want to say?
AKA the best shooting guard in the NBA this season statistically.
Buddy Hield.
Buddy Hield.
Buddy Hield is leading the
Oh,
Golden
he's
State
going
Warriors
off.
in points
I
per
thought you
game.
were gonna say.
And they are 6-1.
Quick
right?
question for everybody, then we'll move into the last segment here. There's been talks of Giannis being out of Milwaukee, so
There's
if
been
it
talks for
happens,
so long.
if it happens,
Wait, Gabe,
where
wait,
does he go?
Give me that
Miami.
question.
Miami? Just give me a team name.
Jake, go first.
I don't even know.
The New York
Knicks.
Knicks.
No, I don't
I
know
do
where he
think-
would go.
I think if it happens,
Miami?
The
whenever
Nets.
I think they work out a sign and trade where the Bucks get. I think Giannis makes it clear to the Bucks that he wants to get out, and they work out a sign and trade for Jimmy Butler because he's been rumored to get out of there.
That's
as well.
yeah. That's what I think.
Miami? Where do you think?
So, also
Miami? Miami?
Brooklyn.
Brooklyn.
Okay.
I wish.
I think the most realistic
Well, they
spot
don't
for
have anyone.
Giannis more than anything, especially because he'd be the perfect fit on this team, I think somebody makes a nice phone call, hands up Jalen Williams, 4 first-round picks on top of
I changed my answer to the Magic. I think they trade Paulo Banchero.
No, they wouldn't.
No.
I think you used the Thunder. That was a really bad take. No way.
I don't think it's that bad of a
Think about it. Paulo Banchero and
Paulo Banchero is going to be a top 15 player.
He's great,
and
but
Giannis is
they're not getting rid of Paolo. They're not really getting rid of Paolo. No way. Give me the Thunder. The Thunder make more than most sense.
Think about this. Orlando got rid of Shaq, and Shaq was.
You don't see him going into the Thunder?
Exactly.
They have
the capital.
They have the capital, but I think that's not their identity. They don't trade for.
They also don't necessarily have to give up Banchero in a deal that they would get Giannis, right? They have a lot of other pieces like Franz Wagner. They have Jalen Suggs.
Yeah.
Like I think they would Franz Wagner for him would make sense, but they're not trading Banchero.
I don't think they would.
Trade in top 15
I don't
for
think
top
it would
3.
be the worst thing ever if they had to.
You just don't see trades like that.
All right.
It wouldn't make any sense.
Moving on into the next segment. It's our NFL, and then we'll hit on our predictions, and that'll be the end of the episode. To give our review, guys, we all lost on our Texans pick.
It's true.
I think
The Jets won on Thursday Night Football, 21
they were the Texans were the underdogs for a reason.
I was just gonna say, Jake. We were all making fun of the odds makers for making the Jets the favorites, and then that was the biggest trap game I think I've ever seen.
That aside, the Cowboys lost to the Falcons, 27-21. Haha, Jerry Jones, your season's over. The Ravens beat the Broncos at 41-10. Shout out to Cortland Sutton for pulling a Philly special. That was pretty funny to watch.
Go Knicks.
The Bills beat the Dolphins 30-27. Whoever picked Dolphins on that, in your face.
Two sauces.
The Saints lost to the Panthers 23-22, and Dennis Allen got fired, like we talked about. The Bengals beat the Raiders 41-24. The Chargers beat up on the Browns. I thought the Browns were actually going to win that game because of Jameis Winston. I guess not. 27-10.
That is the story of Jameis Winston's career.
The Commanders beat the Giants.
Don't say anything.
Jalen Milroe.
27-22.
Well, I want Quinn Ewers, but you want
have fun with Jalen Milroe. He's trash.
You wanted the
Have
Giants
a lot
to
of
win.
fun with Jalen Milroe.
He's trash.
Chris, I'm just saying that you wanted the Giants to win that game.
I did want the Giants to win that game.
Yeah, that would have helped you.
You would rather want the Commanders to win over the Giants.
We really weren't that bad. Tyrone Jr. did not have his best game.
You guys say that every week.
This next game was hilarious. This next game was hilarious because the Titans fan finally went against his team and lost. The Titans won 20-17 over the
Patriots should
Patriots.
have won that game, but also the last play of regulation of that game.
Yeah, tell you know. The Cardinals beat the Bears 29-9. The Eagles and Saquon's back hurdle beat the Jaguars 28-23.
By the way, can I just add one of the worst reverse calls I've ever seen on that touchdown? That fumble. That
fumble? That was horrible.
That
was horrible.
I'm also undefeated.
I really thought Trayvon Walker would have been an Eagle before the trade deadline today, too.
They're not going to trade him. He's finally doing
the trade deadline's over. Yeah.
They want to trade
The Detroit Lions won 24-14 over the Packers. The Rams beat the Seahawks 26-20. The Vikings beat the Colts 21-13, which he was very mad about. And the Chiefs and the Tampa somehow fought with the Chiefs and lost 30-24. So
probably because the Chiefs are really overrated.
All
right.
You guys are lucky that you guys all picked the Chiefs.
It was
You're tied
pretty
for the
funny.
worst record in football.
It was pretty funny.
True.
I'm just shocked Tampa put up as much as a. I'm shocked Tampa put up as much as a fight with Trey Palmer, Jalen McMillan, and Sterling
Baker
Shepard.
Mayfield is him, and I feel bad that they couldn't give him the ball to end the game. So, do you want to go into the rundown?
Yeah.
Let's hear about this.
All right, this is probably one of the best weeks we've ever had as a collective. The worst record was me at 10-5 because I picked the Giants, which I might have to change
Tampa.
I picked Chicago, which I think that was a toss-up. I lost the Island pick with the Bucks, and the Browns lost. Chris and Gabe, you guys both tied this week. No bad picks from honestly any of you. Gabe, you just picked the Bears, and Chris, you picked the Browns with me.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Can you remind me? Did Ben pick the Patriots?
Ben did pick the Patriots. Which Ben, you 12-3, great week from you. You are now, I think, alone in second place. I believe.
I took some risks.
No, are we tied now?
You might be tied. I made the graphic this morning.
Yeah,
nobody
okay.
picked. Didn't we all pick
I'm
the
in last
Saints?
place now.
I think everybody picked the Saints too, right?
That is probably
Everybody-
my favorite notification of the week. Now
the
is just
Saints.
getting the Fan Frenzy pod has posted, and I just see the little square on my notification of like the blue background. Like, let's see what we
And then Ben, you picked the Patriots, which was interesting. You also picked the Colts, which why?
Number one, okay, both of those games were close, might I add.
Yeah, the Colts pick.
The Colts pick did not look that bad. They were playing really well.
I think the Vikings are just a better team. Did you just try to?
I thought the Vikings
upset.
I was going for the upset. And dude, the Colts should have won that game. Like if they had Eddie better quarterback play, they would have won. I'm just saying. But
that's true.
So who's first, second, third, and fourth?
You're first. They're tied for second. I'm fourth.
Yeah.
So I'm now.
Can we
alone.
like? I feel like we've got to be one of the best prediction podcasts.
I feel like we are. We have to look at other people.
We're so good. We're all at like 60% correct.
Which
I
is
did the
That's
math.
not terrible. Yeah.
Well, we're all
pretty
above
good,
500.
actually.
I'm sure there's people that have guessed only like 10 right, which is insane. Before you go into it, Chris, I forgot to make it. So
I will say Jake has also been Jake's been over 60%, right? And he's been picking the Giants every single week.
Yeah, so I should technically be even better than I am. So I mean, it's crazy.
I mean, nobody's making him do
And
it.
picking the Giants and against the Eagles. So.
The first game that we got is our Thursday night football game, which I will be watching for the first Thursday night football game this year that I'm watching because I actually like this matchup a lot. The Cincinnati Bengals and the Baltimore Ravens.
I'm gonna go with the Ravens. I think they bounce back. I think the Bengals offense. I mean, we'll see if T. Higgins is healthy. I don't think he will be on the short week, but maybe for fantasy purposes, I hope he is. But I think this Ravens team is just better.
You know, I think
Plain and simple.
if the Bengals were to win this game, they should have made a good move at the trade deadline. I don't think Khalil Herbert's a great move. So
they need a running
give
back.
me the Ravens. No, Chase Brown's been real good.
Yeah.
Chase Brown.
When Zach Moss went down, they needed a backup, so it made
Yeah,
sense.
but I
Like,
thought
Khalil
if
Herbert
anything-
stinks, so
I
I
thought if
yeah.
anything, they could have used another offensive lineman or another defensive lineman.
Yeah, I didn't think that you can't really buy as a 4 and 5 team. Like, you just-
It depends what franchise you are, and I don't think the Bengals
Give
are
me
that
the
good.
Ravens. So Ravens.
Ravens. Yeah, you guys forget we almost made the playoffs at 6 and 10 in 2020.
It's gonna be consensus to start off.
Okay.
Ravens.
Second game, and this one's a fun one. We have the Giants and the Panthers, and
Can I
I'm
just
gonna
say
throw
this
this
is a hard
out
one to
there.
pick?
I'm gonna throw this
Get
out
off
there.
of this podcast.
The last time I picked the Giants, they won, and I'm actually picking the Giants this week.
No.
I think this is probably going to be a consensus because we know who they're
They
picking.
won the last time I picked the Giants.
I want them to win.
I think the Panthers could win.
I don't
By the way,
want them
can I
to
just
win anymore.
can I just take a second? Quick shout out Bryce Young. He's played pretty
Yeah.
well the last 2 weeks,
Good for him.
but I think this Giants defense is going to
Giants.
shut him down. And I think Daniel Jones has been overhated for too long. I'm tired
Giants.
of it. He's mid. He's not trash.
Ben is like
Giants.
the biggest Daniel Jones believer I think I've ever seen. That's
Well,
outside of the Giants.
He
fan
went
base.
to
True.
Duke, so.
Oh, okay. You know what? It all makes sense. It all makes sense. I don't like this game just because it's in Munich, right? And crazy
Weird
things happen when the NFL goes.
Right,
You
so
know what's
Giants.
You know what's
Giants.
funny? You know what's funny? Whoa,
I
I
have
didn't
to
even.
go with the
I
Giants.
might change this week because I'm trying to do smart picks from now on.
I have to go with the Giants.
The funny thing is the Giants, like over the last 5 years, are undefeated in other countries.
Are we actually?
Yes. Remember when we beat
Oh,
Green
yeah.
Bay?
We-
Landon Collins pick 6.
Oh yeah, that was Green Bay
Landon
against Aaron
Collins.
Rodgers.
When Daniel Jones went off in 2022.
Giants.
Yep.
I'm gonna actually start just picking who I think is gonna win from now on. I'm not gonna hate to pick the Eagles or bias pick the Giants anymore, but I think the Giants are the better team, and I want them to
Okay.
lose. I want them to lose.
Next game, I have the Patriots and the Bears. I'm taking the Bears. No way the Patriots went back to back.
The
Well, they
Patriots
didn't
have
win
looked-
last week, so
Yeah, they should have won last week. I picked them last week. They played really well.
Yeah, but I only said
But they also-
I only said not winning back to back because
Yeah.
I think they're going to lose next
But
week as well.
they also played the Titans. So I think the Bears bounce back a little bit. Caleb Williams. is back in
Yeah,
his
the Bears
groove.
are due.
So I
I'll
think
take
the Bears
the Bears.
win.
I'll be honest. I'm gonna challenge you two here. I don't think the Patriots should have won last week at all. I think the Drake may pass off of his back foot to Ramondre in the end zone. I
Yeah,
think
but
that
they
was-
dominated them most of that game. Like
they
the Titans
played a
got lucky.
good game. Yeah.
And they
Yeah,
also
Bears.
were driving in overtime, and he threw a really bad pick.
Jake, you got the Bears?
I got the Bears. Here's a game.
Okay.
I'm taking the Bears.
Oh,
Ooh,
So-
3 consensuses. This is
Okay.
great content.
yeah.
Bills,
Thank the NFL
Colts.
for the schedule.
Make it 4 consensus. Bills,
Yeah.
Colts.
Bills.
Yeah.
Bills.
Yeah, Bills.
5.
I think if we see a Joe Flacco quarterback, Anthony Richardson at running
lot of
back, I think we might
consensus
see
this
a
week.
Anthony Richardson running back.
We could have a lot of consensus this week. Next game up, I have the Minnesota Vikings and the Jaguars. I'm taking the Vikings.
Bro, there's no way the Jaguars score more than 14 points this game.
Oh my god!
I would
we
put it
might
at
have
10,
eight
honestly.
consensuses.
Minnesota.
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 All right, and here's another one: Chiefs Broncos.
Chiefs.
Chiefs.
What is this?
They're all one-sided.
They are.
Chiefs.
Chiefs. Can we just all
Broncos.
pick the same teams this
Nate,
week?
you're actually going Broncos?
I'm going Broncos. I
You
think
guys play.
the Broncos have a better defense.
Yeah, thank you for giving us some
You
context.
think the Broncos have a better defense than the Chiefs?
Yes, the Broncos. That's the reason they win is their defense. And who?
That's the craziest take in in the history of this podcast.
I disagree. And
the Chiefs
also,
have one of the Chiefs' defense.
Broncos
this year is
have
one
a
of the
good
best
defense. No, the Broncos have a good.
They have a
slept
good
on
defense.
Patrick
The Chiefs'
Surtain-
defense is the best in the last decade so far.
the Patrick.
season.
Okay, that's crazy. Patrick Surtain.
Statistically, they are.
Patrick Surtain is going to absolutely destroy whoever Patrick Mahomes is trying to throw the ball to. And
That's
they just added. Wait, no, they traded away somebody. They
Right.
Jonathan Cooper's going off for them. So
Have fun being. He's not. I mean, whatever. Have fun being
All
in
right,
last
Broncos.
place.
The Broncos are going to win this game. The Broncos going to be
Falcons.
shocked.
Falcons, Saints. I'm going Falcons.
Yeah, Falcons. The Saints aren't
You gonna
even
go
in
against
the
the Falcons?
I don't
again?
think the Saints are winning another game this year.
Yeah,
so
they-
it's going to
they
be
probably are.
Falcons?
I think if they start Spencer Rattler, I think they got it.
Yeah, I think they should shut down Derek Carr. But Derek Carr's
Falcons?
playing.
Do you
Yeah,
think when he gets shut down, he's
All
going
right.
to get the Pro Bowl again?
Next up, I have the Niners and Tampa Bay.
This is a good one.
I'm going with the Niners.
I'm going with the Niners. Christian McCaffrey should be back.
This is a good one.
Tampa Bay played the Chiefs really competitive.
It doesn't look like.
I think the 49ers are about to.
Niners.
I think the Niners are about to go on a run and win that division.
I
so.
think the Niners are going to do good, even though CMC is playing for my other fantasy team. I still don't think he's going to do what everybody thinks he's going to do. He's projected 18 points, which is
I
just
agree.
ridiculous.
I am reluctantly going.
I mean, they also-
Are you picking Niners, Jake?
Yeah.
I think Christian McCaffrey, like the rest of the season, isn't going to put up those crazy numbers because they also have Jordan Mason, who's been awesome.
Next up,
So they'll split
this
that.
one's kind of a toss-up here. The Steelers and the Commanders.
I did not. This is the only game I didn't pick coming into today. I wanted to see what you guys thought
Yeah, this is
and
a
tried
tough
to
one.
sway me.
Listen.
Because I don't like
Jake,
Jordan Mason.
write it down, Jake. Write it down. Who I'm picking.
He's a Jaden Daniels Glazier. So
Yes, that is the best one.
I'll take the Commanders.
I think I'm gonna go with the Steelers. I think
I like it.
their defense is gonna
Good pick.
the Commanders' offensive line has played way above what they should be, and I think TJ Watt is gonna show them.
Now
their
with
level.
Preston Smith.
Yeah, I mean Preston Smith
For
hasn't
his
been that good
7th
this year,
round
but
pick.
yeah, I mean I think Pittsburgh's. They added Mike Williams. I don't know why he's been awful.
They just need a wide receiver too,
but-
and Mike Williams doesn't play.
Yeah,
Pick.
I mean, I'm going the Steelers, but I think it's going to be a close
Steelers?
ball game.
I'm having a lot of trouble because Washington seems to play a lot better against teams that aren't named the New York Giants. So it makes it a lot trickier to pick them because I know the Giants are always going to play them close, and they don't look as good as they normally do. However, the Steelers just win no matter who they have on the
True.
roster. So, in the words of, I believe it was Ben Lotman, Steelers, what do you say, Steelers country, let's weld?
I don't think I
That's
said
nuts.
that.
I think I
Somebody
you
said that.
picking
Somebody said
I'm
that.
pretty sure I said that.
Oh,
no.
okay, Steelers
I
country,
think I
let's
said
weld.
that.
Jake.
I think the Commanders win this one because I thought
Alright,
the Giants
split.
would have gave them a rougher time than they did on defense.
Yeah.
And the split. The Giants have the best pass rushing defense in the league. So the Commanders, I think, just win against the Steelers. And Marshawn Lattimore's probably going to lock down.
Next
Pickens now.
game
He's
is
doing all right, he's still a Giant.
This is true.
Chargers Titans. I'm taking the Chargers.
They should-
Tighten up! No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Chargers.
Go right back to the.
Okay.
I'll take the Chargers.
Yes.
After that, we have Cardinals Jets. I'm picking the Cardinals.
I don't know. The Jets just came off a win against a pretty good team.
I'll take the Cardinals. I believe.
Do you want to know my pick now?
Yes.
I'm also.
I also
think
like Baron Browning on the team.
this might be my very first time picking the Cardinals. I'm going with the Cardinals. It's rough. I think
I
this
think
is 50-50.
I might be on an
I
island
think it's
here.
50-50
I'm going
too,
with
but I like the Cardinals.
with the Jets.
Say it with me, Ben.
I'm going with the Jets.
J-E-T-S. Jets.
Oh,
Coming from a
that's-
Giants
that's
fan.
disgusting. That's actually
Alright.
I
disgusting.
had to do that.
Next up, we have the Eagles in Dallas without Dak Prescott.
Eagles by
Eagles.
20. Can I get an alternate
Birds.
Lock
line?
that? Do you want to lock that? If they
Give
don't
me
get
the
20
birds.
What's the line? The Eagles
They're
are
minus 360. They're heavy
7
favorites.
point. I'm taking 10 and a half spread.
Okay, if they
I'm not betting on it.
Give me the
but-
birds.
No. If they don't take the 10.5, then you have to lose this week.
No.
Okay, birds.
How about them cow? No,
Dude,
Eagles.
the sad thing is
What's
that
your
when
pick?
Cooper Rush faces the Giants this year, they're gonna win. But Eagles are gonna win this game.
Okay. Next up, I have Detroit and Houston.
I think
I'm
this
going
This
Detroit.
is a tough team.
Detroit basketball.
The Lions have been the best team in football, and I don't think that stops.
Dude,
The Lions have been the best team in football, and I don't think that stops. I'm taking the Lions.
I love saying Detroit basketball. I don't know why.
I'm taking the Lions.
I'm taking the Lions. I think Houston.
Sonic and Knuckles all the way.
I think Houston has been so overrated this season.
Yeah.
Their defense is like not good.
And
They
CJ
were-
Stroud is
they're-
having
I-
a sophomore slump.
Their
I
defense
thought-
is kind of
Yeah,
bad.
he is, and I
It's kinda
thought
sneaky.
the Texans were going to be a Super Bowl lock.
I still think this is my Super Bowl matchup, Texans-Lions. But I don't think the Lions lose another game.
You
Okay.
think Houston loses at home?
I got the Lions too. So
I have
Lions.
the Lions.
Consensus. Okay.
Last game
might
is
not be
the
consensus.
Rams and Dolphins. I'm picking the Rams.
The Rams did not play up to how I thought they would last week, although Puka Nacua got thrown out of the game, and that kind
Pick
of
the
messed them up.
Dolphins if you'd
You
like. You
punched
saw what
us.
happened
But
last week.
the
I'm pretty sure you
Dolphins-
picked the Dolphins last
The
week.
Dolphins also did not play up to the standard I thought they were going to play up to.
They won't this year.
In which case, I'm going to pick the team that I think is just more talented, so I'm picking the Rams.
I think the Dolphins are more talented, but I think the Rams are just a better
No.
team.
No, the Rams are more talented.
You think?
From top down, top to
Yeah,
bottom.
they have three really good
Kobe
receivers.
Turner, Byron Young, Puka, Stafford, Cup, Kyron. From top to bottom, they got a great
They
roster.
have
Jalen
Skylar Moore.
Jalen Ramsey, Bradley Chubb, Jalen Phillips.
Jalen
who is not
Ramsey's
playing.
washed.
No, he's not. He's
Jalen
still
Phillips
good.
ain't playing. Who's
I know he's
Raj?
also not playing. Jalen Ramsey, I don't think so.
Who's what?
Jalen
Jalen
also,
Ramsey's
Jalen Waddle, Tyreek Hill, Raheem Mostert,
Jalen Waddle's
Devin
been
A.
horrible
Chain,
this year.
Liam Eichenberg. I think the Dolphins have more
Ride
potential.
with the Dolphins in.
No, the Rams win.
What's your pick to end this off?
I'm going. Yeah, I gotta go with the Rams.
Okay, so what I have to say about this week, a lot of consensus, but this could be a make or break week because Commanders, Steelers are 50-50 between all of us. I'm taking an island with the Broncos. The Jets and the Cardinals are also 50-50. Those three games could decide who is in second place because I think Chris doesn't lose from first.
So
you know what I might as well bring up before we conclude the episode?
Okay.
How about them Nittany Lions?
Okay.
8 years in a row, Ohio State owns Penn State.
I don't want to go on a rant, but all I'm going to say is if you watch that game, the officials were so bad.
Oh.
Did you watch the game, Chris?
I did watch the game.
Did you see how much holding that Ohio State was getting away with defensively? They had one holding call defensively. They had a whole segment talking about how Ohio State secondary is the most penalized secondary in all of NCAA. There's 100+ teams. They're the most penalized. They had one penalty. That's not possible. That's impossible.
That's crazy.
He sounds like Darko from last year when he said, "How's that guy with Scotty Barnes' talent getting no fouls?"
Horrible. James Franklin cannot win a big game, but I still think if Penn State win, they have one hard game left. Minnesota on the road.
Let me hit you with an important question. If Penn State plays Georgia in the playoffs, who wins?
Penn State. Carson Beck is trash. Tell me he isn't.
And
Tell
he
me
still
isn't.
threw 3 picks and we still won.
Yeah, because you have a bunch of other
He
talent.
threw 3 picks and we still won that game.
Penn State.
He can throw 5 against Penn State and they'll still win. Are you nuts?
You know what's funny?
Are you nuts?
It is funny because Georgia isn't going to make it because you guys are going to lose.
Georgia's not going to make it.
Yep.
Okay, and that's where we're going to end this episode off here on a cliffhanger. Will Georgia make it?
Stay humble.
Are we being serious right now?
Cliffhanger! Let's go!
No, are we being serious right now? There's no
What's the
shot
schedule? What's the
in
schedule?
the dark that you think Penn State will beat Georgia if they play each other in the playoffs. There's no shot in the dark. Michael Williams will eat you alive alongside Jalon Walker.
This is a tough
Your
schedule.
receivers won't even be able to get open as if they're even any good because Malachi Starks is a top 3 corner in the draft,
Yeah.
specifically number 1 in the
You
draft.
guys are going to lose the next 2 weeks.
Just make sure- Put it on your calendars, November
You're nuts.
23rd.
You're nuts.
He's
Look
a
at his
stud.
stats.
He's a
November
stud corner,
23rd,
dude.
the
Brian
make or
Branch,
break
he went in
game
the
for
second round.
Georgia football as they play UMass.
Oh,
No, it's not. We play Ole Miss and Tennessee in the
You
next
guys are
2
losing in the
weeks.
next 2 weeks. Have fun with that.
Why are you playing UMass on November 23rd?
And that's where we're
Are
going to
you
end it right
nuts?
here.
Are you nuts? Good old Rocky Top ain't gonna be a good old Rocky Top. And guess what? You know what? It's not a happy valley no more, right? It's sad valley over there, isn't it? Yeah.
It's every
sad
year now.
valley.
It's every year.
Sad valley. But then, people want to say that Drew Aller is going to go top 20, though, right?
He is.
Yeah.
It's a guarantee.
In the draft?
Yeah.
He's going over probably Malachi Starks.
Dude, he's a tall white quarterback.
What are we talking about? Over
Chris,
Malachi Starks?
Chris, I love Malachi Starks. I think he
You're
is
unbelievable.
the best slot
You're
corner
unbelievable.
/ safety in the league. But NFL
Drew
teams,
Aller's not even a top 3 quarterback in this draft class.
and neither was Bo Nix when he got drafted. Neither was Michael Penix when he got drafted.
Okay, so what makes you think Drew Aller's going to go top 20 if there's only like 3 teams that could use a quarterback?
There's more than
And-
3, and they take backup
And the
quarterbacks
teams
without
that
using a
that could
quarterback.
use a quarterback, right? Shador's going to go off the board. Cam Ward's going to be the first quarterback off the board. Then it should be Shador. Then it'll
It's
probably
gonna be
be
Shador
Milrow.
first.
Then it'll probably be Beck.
No.
I mean,
you have your
The
rankings
fir-
all next
I mean, the first,
No, I don't.
the first what?
You don't think Cam
Six-
Ward's the best quarterback in college football?
6
I'm
out
not
of the
saying
12
that. For the NFL, he's not.
6 out of
What?
They don't
12
always pick the best quarterback from college to go first.
Out
That's
of
not
the
how that
first
works.
12 picks last year,
Well, they
6
should
of them
have.
were
They should have
quarterbacks.
2 years ago when Stroud. They should, or 1 year ago. They should have when
Bo
Stroud.
Nix-
Stroud should have went over
because
Bryce
of what
Young. It
happened,
was
Bo
stupid.
Nix shouldn't have been a top 12 pick. Michael Penix shouldn't have been a top 12 pick. So I think
Bo Nix
people
is
are now
right.
reaching for QBs because they
They
need
always
that
have.
generational QB.
They
But now
always
more
have.
than ever.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, NFL teams don't value safety / nickel corners, and that's what Malachi Starks is. Brian Branch is one of the best corners in the league. He was a 2nd-round pick.
Unbelievable.
Xavier McKinney, one of the best safeties in the league, was a 2nd-round
He
pick.
was good.
So Cooper DeJean, one of the best corners out of the draft last year, was a 2nd-round pick.
That's statistically the
Malachi
best
Starks
defensive player on
will
the
be a
Eagles.
first-round pick, but he won't be top 25 because
Yes,
teams
he will.
don't value that.
Watch,
So
watch,
unfortunately,
you'll see.
Malachi Starks,
You'll see.
I love you. You're not. a
No,
top
you
25
don't love Malachi Starks like I do. Shout out to him
Top
too
25.
for getting engaged. It's my guy.
What a-
I even follow UGA Barstool. You don't know my life.
pick. That's crazy.
I follow Penn State
Um,
first also.
I follow
Sad Valley. That'll be it though for our episode. So stay hyped, stay hungry, keep the frenzy alive. We'll see you in the next one.